So in this question, we are asked to get the orthographic projection of this. So these are what we are going to have at the end of the day, the inverse angle projection. So this is from my sketch. Now the total length is 75 plus 24, and that gives us 99. So horizontally, we are going to mark out 9.9 so that we can get the total distance. So this is from the sketch of the three views of that projection. So from my lines that I have, you know how to get the lines. So I mark my 9.9. Then after that, I take my distance of 1.2 and 1.2. Then the same thing, I mark my 9.9 to get the total distance. Then 1.2 inwards, then 1.2 inwards. I join together as straight vertical line. Mind you, these lines are faint line. Now you can see in this diagram, since my side view is taken from the left hand side, that's why my side view is placed where? At the right hand side from the sketch. So if your side view is taken from the left, you put it at your right. If it's taken from the right, you put it at your left. So next, I continue to the other parts of this first angle projection. You know how to get the lines from to get your marginal lines and your 45-degree downwards. So I've done that before the video. So next is to take the little distance there, another 1.2 inwards, another 1.2 inwards, because the 1.2 and the 1.2 give us the 2.4 in total. I also join together vertically. So I have that. Then the other horizontal distance, vertical distance, I have 40 in the middle of the whole 9.9. So I take the difference, that's 59. Then I divide it by 2, that's 29.5. So I'm going to take the distance of 2.95 in centimeters from where I started from the extreme end. From the extreme end 2.95, then from the extreme end of the right hand side also 2.95. That's from the first line of that marginal line there, 2.95 also. 2.95 is just in between 2.9 and 2.3. Then the same thing from this same line, 2.95. I also join together vertically. Okay, next, I have the vertical one. Now the horizontal one, now total height is 15 and the other one there is 12. So I mark out 15, that's 1.5. Then I shift it downward, I also mark out 12. So like I'm marking 12 and 15 from the same starting points. I mark 12 and 15 from the same starting points. I join together horizontally. So the next step is to get the heights. Now from the diagram, we are given that from that base of 12 upward to the midpoint of that circle is 2.2, not from 15, but from 12. Then from the midpoint of that circle upward is the radius of 20. We are given that from the main diagram. If you check there, so that means 22 will be taken from 1.2, not from 1.5, from 1.2. So 2.2 centimeter from 1.2, then 2 centimeter from the 2.2 upward, so that the addition of the 2 can be what? 4.2. So 2.2 and 4.2. I repeat, I firstly get 12, 1.2, then 1.5. Then from that 1.2, not from the 1.5, from that 1.2, I got 1.5 upward. Then from that no, from that 1.2, I got 2.2 upward. Then from the 2.2, I got 2 centimeter upward. Now I try to join the thick lines together. So firstly, for the front where I have the base, then I joined from down to 1.5, not to 1.2, to 1.5. Then horizontally, I join to 2.4. I do the other side also to 2.4. Then I take it downwards. That's 3 mm between 1.5 and 1.2. Hope you understand that part. Then I join together horizontally. Then vertically, I joined from that 2.95. Yeah, those two. I join it upward to 4.2. That's 2.2, 2.0. Then I join them together horizontally. The height of that upper part there is 4.2. Yes. Now, next part is to get the broken line in between. The radius is the diameter of the middle part there is 12. That means radius is 6. So I take 0.6 from that middle line, 0.6 to the left, 0.6 to the right. I do the same thing at the right hand side, 0.6 and 0.6. I do the same thing downwards because I'll be needing them later for my plan. So I also join them together vertically as faint lines. So I joined and intersect them together, as you can see from the diagram. Now, I joined the broken lines, that's the second line there from the left hand side, joined as broken line in between the structure to show that there is a hollow space that cannot be seen from the side, from the front view, but the space can only be seen from where? From the plan. So don't forget, a hollow space can only be seen from one side of the elevation. It cannot be seen from the other two. So the first one, then the third one, that's what I did. So that there's a line in between that will be the midpoint for the next plan that we're going to have. Then from there, I go to the side view. But before the side view, I take the in-depth there. The in-depth there is going to be 25. So horizontally, but vertically, it will be 20. So I mark 1.0 up, then 1.0 down. You know, they said the hollow space, it goes inside diameter 20. So 1 and 1 from that midpoint of that part there. That's what I did. But horizontally, inside, it goes inside with a distance of 25 deep. You can see it from the question. So I mark 2.5 here from this front view, 2.5 and 2.5. I extend it downwards also because I will be needing it later in the plan. So in between that part there, I will join together as broken line. I can't see the in-depth from the front view, so I represent it as broken line at first. So that's what I'm having for the front view. Then from there we proceed to the side view. Now for this side view, we have a total of 80 plus 24. That's 80 plus 12 plus 12. So 80 plus 12 plus 12, that gives us 104. So that means horizontally total distance is 10.4. So we mark our 10.4. You know, you leave a line horizontally. So you leave a line, you go to the next one. So you start from the last line from your right hand side. That's where you start from. So I mark my 10.4. I join and extend it downwards to every line intersecting with the slant 45 degrees. Then after that, I still, just like I did earlier, my 1.2 and my 1.2 again to get the 2.4, 1.2 and 1.2 again. Then 1.2 downwards also I did the same thing, 1.2 and 1.2 again, 1.2, 1.2 again to get it 2.4. Then I also join them together vertically, the 2 points, each of them intersecting with the slant line of 45 degrees. So next, I take the other mid parts. Now for this one, 40 has to be in the middle of 104, right? So that's 104 minus 40. That gives us 64 divided by 2. That gives us 32. So that means I'm taking 3.2 from the extreme end of the side view. Now where I started from this side view, I take 3.2. And where it ends for this side view, I take 3.2. I hope you get that line. The line after the margin, yeah, 3.2. Then the other one at the right hand side, that 10.4. I also take 3.2 inside. So I join them together, vertical line. So next, I have what I need there. So I join them together firstly as thick line as I proceed to the next parts. So I join to 1.5 just like I did, then 1.5 to 2.4, That's 1.2, 1.2 to 2.4. I also take it downwards to the little distance between 1.5 and 2.4 and 1.2. That's 0.3. Then I join them together also horizontally. So next thing now is for me to get that upper part, that circular part, and the other one, and the other arc, the other semicircle. Firstly, the midpoint between 40 is what is 2. So I just take it from that middle line to get my point of 2, the midpoint. So I take my radius of 2 centimeter. I firstly get my bigger arc. Then, okay, I get my bigger arc with a radius of 2 centimeter. You can see it intersects the lines left and right and the lines above it. Then the middle one, radius of let's see, that's radius of 1 centimeter since diameter is 20. So I firstly try to extend left and right. So 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter from left and right, so that I can also get a line that will pass through the edge of that circle I'm about to draw also. That's 1 centimeter. So with a radius of 1 centimeter, I draw my circle. It will intersect the lines around it, a stick line. Now, if you look for my sketch, there is a little curve there. So that little curve, I just make use of my French curve so that I can get, I use the smallest one there. So I just put it there to get that little curve that intersects at that line. You can see how that place is done. That's just what you do. So then I join together with my ruler and with my ruler. Mind you, this curve is only visible from where? From the side view. It's not visible from other parts. Okay. Now continue to the next one. I have to get the mid points, the broken lines in between, as you have it on my sketch. So that's also 0.6 to the left between that middle line, that midline. So 0.6, 0.6, just like I did, yeah, from the front view, 0.6. Then the same midline, 0.6 left and right, 0.6, 0.6 also. I join them together vertically to intersect the slant line also. So that's what I'm having there. So these are first angle orthographic projection. So this, we've done the front, now we're at the side view. So I join together as broken line, making sure there's a line in the middle. So the first and the third, the first and the third from both left side and right side. So that middle line also I extend it. It's 1 centimeter from the other edge of the stuff. So now from that middle line, I also take 0.6 left and right so that I can get the other broken line between. The essence of this one having 3 broken lines is because from the side view, we will be able to see 3 different, no, not actually see per se, but we should note that 3 different hollow parts can be projected from it. As we can see it from the construction itself, from the pivot block from the left hand side, if take our direction from there. Now, going there to our plan. So that's for the side view, that's for the front view. Now going there to our plan now, that means for us to get our plan first, we need to get these circles and we need to get tangents to them before we can continue. Now, as you know, in our plan, total distance is 80 plus 24, which is 10.4. So just like we did earlier, we get our 10.4, we mark our 1.2, 1.2, but first I think I did the one at a time. So 10.4, 10.4 first, I join and I extend. You can see I started from the last line, the last horizontal line I have there. So nothing should be done on that middle line. That's the margin. So after the 10.4, I mark my 1.2 as usual, 1.2, 1.2. Then as you know that those other midpoint, we are going to have 0.0. Okay, the other one, that's 3.2. Okay, I think that's the first 3 I mark, just like I did from the side view. 1.2, 1.2. Then from that same starting point, 3.2. Remember how I did it the last time? I'll get the 3.2. 64 divided by 2. So 1.2, 1.2. Then from the same starting point, 3.2. Okay, let's say from the same starting point, 1.2, 2.4, 3.2. So that's what I did. So 1.2, 1.2, then from the starting point, 3.2. So I firstly join these three together horizontally as I proceed. Join the 3.2. So I joined all the points together, the 1.2, the 1.2, and so I omitted this one, so I make sure I get back to it. So the circles should be in between there. So what's next? I know that's 0.6, I think, yeah, 0.6 from that first 1.2 I take. So I take 0.6 up and down of it. I join together. Yes, that's from the first 1.2. I'm sure you can see that clearly. Then zooming out, I also do the same thing downwards. From the first 1.2 from the down parts. So I also take 0.6, 0.6 and 0.6. The other part also 0.6 and 0.6. So horizontally, I join them together. So joining them together horizontally, then I proceed. You can see all lines intersect at that slant line of 45 degrees. So next, I can come up with my circle. So taking my compass, with a radius. So the radius of I'm trying to trace the midpoint so that I can get where the two actually meet. So that's where we are going to take our circle from, the two circles. Now the radius of this one is 1.2, 1.2. So I'm taking radius of 1.2 centimeter at first, so that the whole diameter can be 2.4. So radius of 1.2, I get my circle. Yes, radius of 1.2, I got my circle. Then the other one now, radius of what? 0.6 centimeter. Is a very small radius, so your compass have to be what? Have to be tightened and well screwed. So 1.2 and what? 0.6. That's what I did there. Radius of 1.2 and 0.6 is what is being done. Then I do the other one also from down. No, we have one up there, then the other one down. So I also trace the midpoint. It comes down, then it goes left all the way to this one that comes from the. So you have to trace it perfectly. So I firstly have my 0.6. So I draw my 0.6 first for this one since I have the same radius. Then after that, I extend it and I draw my 1.2 also. So I send it to it at the same points and I draw my circle of 1.2 centimeters. Okay. So next is to get the other part now. So what are we doing next? Now for the next one, I have to get the middle of this part. Since everything is 4, that means the middle is what? 2 centimeter. So I firstly mark 2 centimeter. So this line helped me to get the midpoints. It helps me to get the midpoints. You remember from my sketch, there will be a circle there. So I just take my radius of 1.2 first and got my circle. Yes, there will be a circle there. Then the second one, you can see it intersects. So the second one is my radius of 0.6. So with a radius of 0.6 from the same midpoints, I get my second one. This one also intersecting with the two lines. This also intersects with the two lines that we have there. So I just take my ruler tangential to the circles. Can easily get them from where either the vertical line or the horizontal line intersect with the circles. So that's why I join together. So it has to be tangential. You can see how it blends together. Now the middle part, we already have it. So from here to here, as you can see there, that's the 4 centimeter. The other 4 centimeter from at the middle part there, we join together, aligned with the front view, as you can see. Now that line of 2.5, we already have it, but we have to get our 2. So from here, 1 centimeter up, then 1 centimeter down, from the same midpoints of that 2. So 1 up, 1 down. We join them together horizontally also, so that we can now mark the middle part that we have there. The broken line to show that there is a hollow space that cannot be seen from the plan, but can only be seen from where? From the side view. So we already have it here. So we join as a broken line. So we join together. I can observe that you are saying that I mix pencils. Yes, there's a pencil for my faint line and there's a pencil for my thick line. So I use HB for faint line or 2H for faint line. Then I use 2B for thick line. So now to section the diagram, that means from the front view, these parts can be cut. So at the left hand side, it will still remain broken line. But at the right hand side, that middle part will now be thick. Because if it's cut through horizontally, so that means it can be seen. Then this other 2.5 also will also be thick line. That middle part up there will also be thick line now. No more broken line. So the only one that will be broken line will be the one at the left. Then we are going to arch them through. So when we arch through, the right hand side will not be, that space there will not be arched. Then from the top view of the front view, that place there will not be arched. So it's only from the front that we arch. So that is being cut to get the section diagram. So this section AA at the front, the other ones remains the same.